Welcome to your weekly World Beer News. I'm your host, Nitch, and I drink out of wine glasses. Roll the intro. Drinking this, I've been drinking it. It's delicious. Barrel-aged version of the Arrogant Bastard. The reason why I have this is because Stone Brewing is now available in France. It's available in 18 European countries, and they're expecting to be in more of Europe by the end of 2017. They're going to be producing out of their Berlin, Germany location, which is why, pretty sure, they're splitting off one of their headliner beers, the Arrogant Bastard Ale. If you remember, their slogan is fizzy yellow beers for wussies, which probably isn't going to fly too well with the Germans, who are known drinkers of fizzy yellow beer. Details about Arrogant Brewing itself have been a little sketchy, as have been most projects to come out of Stone Brewing recently. But in a broad and engaging interview with Jason Notte for Marketwatch, Greg Cook himself touches on Stone Brewing's global expansion. He talks about Mitch Steele's departure and what Arrogant Brewing is all about, including the beer's, the first other beer coming out of Arrogant Brewing. It's going to be a Pilsner called Who You Callin' a Wussie. So, yeah, that makes sense. The thing is apparently what they're doing is they're taking a little gargoyle guy, the Arrogant Bastard guy, and just making him real. He's a real person. As you can see from this kind of like piratey video that they did.
It's a beer we call Arrogant Bastard Ale. Really, it has a massive personality.
Other releases you may be interested in. Out of Ireland, we have Jack Cody's Lunasa. Brazil, those guys, Brewing, they released their second label, the What the Hell? And Flying Dog, releasing, wait for it, Hibiscus Grapefruit Radler. Yeah. So if you're really looking to hydrate yourself, why don't you just go for a Coors water bottle? Coors water, mountain water. They stopped selling that in the 90s, but it's probably a good thing because their Rocky Mountain spring water claims have been called into question by a Miami-based beer lover in a lawsuit, stating, "This is a clear case of corporate giants misleading its consumers." To which Coors said, "This lawsuit is totally baseless and without merit. Case closed." Forget all of that, though. Drink maple water. Unlike maple syrup, which is boiled down into a thick, sticky liquid, maple water is made from unprocessed sap. It's 98% water, so that's what sap is, basically. It's kind of like beer in an original form. It goes from the tree to bottle with no additives or preservatives. It's comparable to coconut water, if you know that thing, but it is about a quarter of the calories and sugars. Plus it has some manganese, which is a nutrient that's responsible for calcium absorption and helps regulate blood sugar. So it's a single ingredient, plant-based hydration liquid. It's been around for a long time, but it's going to be hitting shelves. Is available, but mostly just in the northeast of America. But, don't limit yourself, because there are great breweries all across America. Draft Magazine released this week their top best beer bars across America. They have a list that includes sections for the West, South, Northeast, and Midwest. They even have like a top 6 best beer chains. More of a numbers person instead of like opinion-based. Redfin teamed up with the Beer Institute to create a list of the best cities for beer lovers based on the number of breweries in their state per 100,000 adults aged 21 plus, the number of active brewery permits in each state, state beer taxes, the median home price, and the city's walking score, because don't drink and drive. Or you could just be a total bro, because Brobible, also this week, released their 70 cheapest cities to buy beer in the world. Only like 3 U.S. cities are in the top 40, so get out of America if you want to be a cheapskate. too lazy to walk around? This I understand. Bring the pub to you. 100% real, virtual, reality Irish pub experience was dropped on a bunch of people in Georgia. The country, not the state. Check it out. Terrifying. Don't ever do that to me. What is with the beating on the head thing? Is that normal in Ireland? That's like an Irish thing? Irish beer snob. Help me out here. UK pub goers want to see more acceptance in bars for children. It's a great look on the taboos of bringing your baby into the bar with you. Tandleman Beer Blog discusses the pros and cons and the social ramifications of having a baby tied to you when you go to a bar. That article, as well as everything else, is linked below this section right here. You can find all the material. You can actually follow along, click the links. They'll link outside to here. And while you're down there, go ahead and subscribe so that you can get all the other week's updates. I update every Thursday. There's also other content on my page. Check that out. Give me a thumbs up if you're into stuff, and leave me a comment because, beer is better when you do it together. Actually, according to the Homebrew Academy, couples who brew together stay together. In this lovely little article, there's a breakdown of this homebrewer. She talks about the how and the why of making beer with your significant other. Evans Brewing is getting a $1 million equity injection from Kodiak Capital Group for expansions, which is probably exciting for them, but whether or not we're going to celebrate by buying all their beer yet, no way of knowing. Details will be out soon. If you want to know more about equity and loans and beer takeovers and how I feel about that, you can check out my video here where I talk about Oscar Blues, which is depressing, and True Craft, which is Stone's equity venture. Got their fucking fingers in everything. Love it. Colorado will not be getting full-strength beer in grocery stores. It's off the ballot. Boo-hoo, you guys already have everything else. Beer Baron news. AB InBev is being probed by the European Commission for possibly impeding beer imports into Belgium. So a lot of European countries have approved ABI's acquisition of rival company Saab Miller. So their $104 billion acquisition will probably be going down the end of this year, but that doesn't mean that the commissions are going to just let the money fat cat continue on their deal. Questionable practices which may prevent cheaper Dutch and French beer being sold in the market of Belgium are being checked out because AB's doing the same kind of crap that they were doing in the States or currently are. They're just kind of incentivizing and making label laws more difficult. But wait, there's more. From the ABI team that brought you the perfect beer for removing no from your vocabulary for the night, aka date rape beer. And let's agree to disagree, because we're not adults. Seth Rogen and Amy Schumer have now been purchased to platform the Bud Light Party, a political parody about America's freedoms and equal pay for both chicks and dudes. Got a series of commercials. I mean, to be honest, I'd vote for them. Screw it. The political climate going on in the States right now, I'd vote Amy, Seth, and Bud. It's, got more business sense. At least they're humans. More importantly, though, how much do you know about cocktails? If you're a cocktail nerd, this is going to excite you. There's a company that is now making beer syrups. Huh? How cool is that? Thank you, Sophia, for hitting me up with that story. She's a cocktail nerd, so I get it. This is the Marshall Manhattan. It has Anderson Valley oatmeal stout syrup in it. So basically, the recipe is half a cup of sugar, 2 whole cloves, 1 cinnamon stick, some allspice, some lemon zest and juice, and you put it in this pan and you simmer it down 20 minutes, and then you cool it and you strain it, and you've got stout syrup, which you add to menage of all your cocktails, and it adds all kinds of fun flavor. How cool is that? Beer has a place in everything, doesn't it? Help fund Hawaii's first locally grown, locally produced cider company. Now, don't get ahead of yourselves and start thinking like, wait, Nitch, hold on here. Where on the Hawaiian Islands is there a place for a massive apple orchards exactly? That's what I thought anyway. More than half of the tropical fruit grown in Hawaii falls to the ground and never makes it to market. Meanwhile, the U.S. demand for cider has tripled in the last 4 years, and 100% of cider consumed in Hawaii is imported. Kind of obviously, because like a lot of stuff is imported. Hawaii Ciders, that's the name of the company, their conclusion is it's time for Hawaii to own its own cidery and to turn the state's abundance of fruit into more dollars into the pockets of local farmers. So check out the little Kickstarter fund or whatever the website is. It's like $100. You get to invest in that. It sounds really great. It's a great video. But while you're funding things, go over and buy this. It's a Brazilian drink and brew project. If you speak Portuguese, please let me know what they're saying, because I couldn't find translations. But I was so enamored with the video that I went ahead and just bought, 80 Brazilian real worth of stuff. So if it gets funded, then I'm going to get my thing. So you should fund it so that I can get it, because it looks really nice. Simple and True, the story of Saison Dupont by Good Beer Hunting is a must see, read, and watch. If you don't follow Good Beer Hunting, then I don't know what to say. Do it now. They have beautiful, beautiful videos, really concise, understandable writing that just draws you in immediately. And for this background as well, they have a video. It's all about Saison Dupont in Belgium, which is a great brewery, and you should definitely know more about them. Other legacy brewers as well. And our last story for today, Rogue Brewing. They did their summer crop report. It has some of the history of hop harvesting in Oregon, which is really cool. Photos, old and new. And then they have talking about splitting their hives, which is great. All their bumblebees. And they also have like Oregon weather reports and all kinds of cool things. There's also a note from their distributor in Guatemala. So as you can see, not everyone has an abundance of beer like most of you do. So some people are like me. We get really excited when we can just get a simple stone, arrogant bastard, barrel-aged beer and drink it in a wine glass. So that was your news for the week. Thanks for watching. Merci. Bientôt. Au revoir. This is not a joke.